Hey everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic week. I wanted to pop on here really quickly and have a chat to you about something that's really common in all of my clients, and that is fixing their team's mistakes. So I want to ask you the question, are you currently fixing your team's mistakes? And are you, by fixing your team's mistakes, accidentally sending them a message that mistakes are okay? So this is particularly difficult if you're one of those highly capable people who can just get stuff done. So perhaps you've grown your business from a position where you've been used to doing all of the things and you've handed some things over, or you're trying to hand some things over. They're not quite being done perfectly, and you're seeing a mistake and you're just fixing it and rolling with it. And I reckon that's probably a little bit like you, highly capable, amazing entrepreneur, because that's certainly what most of my clients are. And that is certainly what most of us as entrepreneurs are. We're highly capable people who are used to just working it out and getting it done. So this concept of fixing mistakes or I should say, not telling our team when they've made a mistake and passing responsibility back to them, this concept is also particularly difficult if you're one of those leaders, one of those people who wants to be nice, wants to be supportive and encouraging. So that's in your nature. But I want you to really think about the fact that if you're not letting your team member know, letting the person know that they've made a mistake and what they didn't do correctly and giving them the opportunity to fix it, then you're subconsciously or accidentally sending them a message that what they've done is okay. And you're also not giving them the opportunity to learn and get it better next time. Now let's fast forward 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 12 months down the track. You're going to get frustrated if that mistake keeps happening, or you might get frustrated at the fact that you're paying this money out and you're not getting what you want back. And you may find, or you may not realize, that you've accidentally created that situation through not having open, transparent conversations from the outset about the little mistakes that are happening and what you're actually doing to fix it. So it's this concept of people don't know what they don't know. They can't read your mind. And if you're just jumping in there as a highly capable person who can just fix things, and, potentially because you're thinking, oh, look, I don't have time to have the conversation, I don't want to have to go back and forward. I get it, all the reasons why jumping in and fixing the mistake does seem appealing. But you're accidentally letting them know that perhaps it's okay for them to just do what they can, pass it to you, and then you roll with the rest. So they're sitting there receiving these messages or making these assumptions based on the fact that you're not bouncing things back to them. Or worse, perhaps they may not even know that they've made a mistake, so they don't have any capacity or any ability to not do it next time. So it's really interesting because it's something that almost everybody that I work with does. They see a mistake, they pop in and fix it. They might even note it down thinking I'll bring that up with the person later, but often that doesn't always happen. So the alternative is to just bounce the mistake back in a really lovely, friendly, encouraging way and just be like, hey, this is what you've done. This is what I meant. Can you go in and fix this? And next time do it like this. Because the thing is that you get to create the culture in your business. And you can either create a culture and a workflow that looks like somebody producing work a certain way, you picking it up, fixing the mistakes and sending it through to publish or to conclusion. Or you can set a culture in your business whereby somebody does their very best work. They present it to you knowing that it's their very best final product. And if it's not perfect, you'll let them know in a really open, encouraging way, knowing that everybody's trying to improve and giving them feedback in the way it's intended, positive, improving, we're all trying to get better. And then they're able to learn from that mistake and then run with that going forward. So what you want to be doing, you want to be creating a culture in your business where you set really great expectations. So you give them the best information you possibly can from the outset. And then you describe success, you tell them exactly what you want them to do, and then you leave them alone to have a go at it. And then you give them some feedback. So you say, oh, hey, I see what you've done. Let me understand why you didn't do it like this. You correct the mistakes, you correct any assumptions they've made, you leave it with them. They hold responsibility for fixing the mistakes and, and improving and taking it through to completion. And you're creating a culture, not only that sets great expectations, explains success, points out mistakes, but a culture where it's okay to not get things right the whole time, but responsibility still sits with you to complete the job because it's your responsibility. So you get to set the flow. You get to set the flow, the culture, and I promise, even though it might feel like it's taking a little bit of time now, which you probably feel like you don't have, to send work back with a mistake in it, you're investing a bit of time now, but you'll be saving the time down the track. And better still, you won't be accidentally creating a culture or a message where near enough is good enough, and I'll pick it up and run with it however way you produce it to me. So I want you to have a bit of a think about that. And I want you to have a think about how many mistakes you're fixing in your business. And if you're sitting there listening to this thinking, yeah, that's all well and good, but I don't have the time to actually bounce everything back, or we've got a deadline looming and we don't have actually practical time around the deadline for me to bounce the mistake back, then I want you to have a think about how you can create more space in your business that allows for mistakes. Because mistakes are normal. They're going to happen. Everybody is human. And particularly when people are new or they're in that training phase in your business, you need to factor in space into your business. And I was actually talking to a client about this yesterday, this concept of spaciousness, both for ourselves and yourself as the business owner, as the entrepreneur, to have space. We're all looking for that. But also you need to create space around your team members so that they are able to produce their best work, have it reviewed, you're able to discuss and share with them any mistakes or things that they've done that isn't the way you wanted it to be done. And then there's space for them to hold responsibility and ideally correct it, improve it, and then as a team you still meet the deadline. So 2 things I want you to think about. Are you fixing your team's mistakes? If so, why? What's stopping you from bouncing the mistake back? And then secondly, is there enough space in your business to allow for mistakes and allow for that learning? And if not, why not? So I hope that's given you some food for thought today. If you want a hand maybe in having this conversation with your team members, because that's something that, a lot of my clients get stuck on. They think, well, how do I have that conversation around mistakes? How do I give the work back while sounding encouraging? And because I don't want to be mean, I don't want to feel mean, or I hate confrontation. So how do you have that conversation? Then reach out to me, because that's absolutely something I can help you with. We can have a chat about how you give feedback in a way that's encouraging, motivating, and inspiring for both sides, but even better, creates that culture, that norm of we're always looking to improve. If I see something that you're doing that's not quite right, I'm going to let you know about it. And it's not personal. It's just the way we do things, because that's the nature of our business, always trying to get better. So reach out to me and we can have a chat to see if one of my services is right for you. I've got a couple of private coaching spots which can start later in November. And I've got a few other little things up my sleeve that might be suitable for you. So reach out, hop on a discovery call, and let's see if I'm the right person to move your business forward. So 2 big things I want you to think about today. Are you fixing your mistakes? What messages are you sending accidentally by doing that? And do you have enough space in your business? Does it feel spacious, both for you and your team, to actually make mistakes and learn on the job? Have a really great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.